I'm going to start a segment called Couch Sessions with Matt McCoy, where I just kind of get some thoughts in my mind, some observations I've seen from your comments, your emails, teaching people in person, that kind of thing. Some of you all have tried to play guitar and you've quit. And I think you quit because you try to get too good too fast, or you didn't realize just what you can do with very simple concepts. I went over this in a YouTube short earlier, but for example, a lot of you think you can't do this fancy stuff up and down the neck. One of the easiest ways to play up and down the neck, for example, is take an E chord. Third, fifth, and fourth. So regular E chord, third string, fifth, and fourth. Strum all six. Slide it down to the 6th and 7th fret. That's an A. Slide down to the 8th and 9th. Again, same shape. That's a B. So one of the best ways I always say to get better in guitar is do more things with your right hand. So if you're a beginner, you don't know a whole lot about guitar, and you wouldn't even want to play down the neck, that kind of thing, try just that right there. So you just start out with down strums. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. Now you want to add some ups. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up. That's a great exercise for a beginner. It makes you sound cooler than you probably are. And even you start playing up the neck, people are like, okay, this guy, gal, they know what they're doing. But I think if somebody says your first lesson on a G chord, then a C chord, then a B chord, then an A minor, then I think the new player gets frustrated. Their chord changes are so... Their chord changes are so slow, it's just kind of boring, if I'm honest. You sound boring, you are boring, and you want to jump off a bridge, but don't do that. So what I try to do in my lessons, especially with the beginner, I've always said my passion, my kind of like, my little tagline or zeal is kind of teaching that beginner. That person doesn't have a music background. That person with a very short attention span, that's your boy here. Because if you can get where you do chord changes with way less movement in your fingers, now you're going to be able to hear a sound you like. Now you're going to be able to make progress. I've got thousands of comments and emails of just, for example, this G to C chord. So for my G chord, pinky finger, bottom string, 3rd fret, ring finger, 2nd string. I'm going to stabilize the guitar like that. For the G chord, 5th and 6th, strum all 6. When I say a C chord, all I do is take those top 2 fingers down, strum the bottom 5. So now watch this. So that chord change is easy. So now you say, man, I want to get a little bit better. I've got that chord change. I can move my top 2 fingers back and forth on these top 2 strings. You can do things like, while you're playing the chord change, take your first finger off. So again, the D chord, all I do, keep the bottom 2 strings locked, taking that first finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Same thing. Strum without it on there, taking it on and off. So what's that? By moving these top 2 fingers between G, C, and D, you can sound amazing. That's what people are looking for when especially if you're a beginner. You're wanting to sound somewhat decent. You want to hear a song. I'm gonna be somebody. One of these days I'm gonna be changed. You want to hear something that sounds kind of familiar, something you can change chords faster. Like I said, whether it's slide, the same shape, or just moving down your dominant 2 fingers, that kind of thing. And then after you get more advanced, you can do it finger picking. This is a concept I go over in my tips and tricks course. I would highly recommend if you're wanting little ways to get better in guitar, a bunch of little chapters like that. I think it's 23 chapters. This is called 4-string picking, where you're just going the top 4 strings of each chord. So a G, 6, 5, 4, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3. Slide down to C and go 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2. The D is 4, 3, 2, 1. There's all kinds of little things like that. But I would say, guys, if you're a beginner, just mess around with the guitar. Don't focus so much on learning new songs or more and more chords. Find you a few simple chords you know and just mess around with it. You might just not use a pick. All I'm doing there is rubbing the fingers back and forth. Back. All kinds of stuff you can do, guys. Just have fun with it. Don't give up. Some of y'all have given up, but stick with it. Just have fun. Mess around on the few chords you know. Work on different strumming patterns, different things you can do. And just have fun. That's what I recommend, guys. If you want to check out some of my easy courses, somebody said, man, I want something more formal and more structured, easy to follow. So I got your course. I said, that's exactly way I want people to describe it. I want it to feel like I'm sitting there across from you in the living room on your couch. We're facing each other, and I'm really showing you close-up things, how you can get better on guitar. I've got beginner guitar courses, strumming courses, in my tips and tricks course I'd love for you to check out on my website. It's CountrySongTeacher.com. All one word, a Country Song Teacher. Hope you can find something that can be a blessing on your guitar journey. Don't give up, guys. There's a lot of fun playing this instrument. Love you guys. Let's go.